Hello, welcome to my place. It's day 5, it's Friday, the end of the week. We're looking into the Psalms of Ascent, and we're on day 5 of that. And today we're going to look at Psalm 124. And it says this: Had it not been the Lord who is on our side, let Israel now say, had it not been the Lord who is on our side when men rose up against us, then they would have swallowed us alive. When their anger was kindled against us, then the waters would have engulfed us. The stream would have swept over our soul, then the raging waters would have swept over our soul. Blessed be the Lord, who has not given us to be torn by their teeth. Our soul has escaped as a bird out of the snare of the trapper. The snare is broken and we have escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth. I want you today to think about what your life would be if the Lord wasn't on your side. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. What turmoil has He saved you from? What trials has He delivered you from? When you look back, you can see where His hand works for you. A lot of times when we're in a situation, we don't see it. We don't see how He's working in the background. But I encourage you, when you look back, you can see those things. You know, I think to the poem Footprints, which is very popular. And even when we didn't notice the workings of God, He is there. You know, like I said last week, sometimes we just need to keep moving and know that God is with us. 1 Samuel 10:7. The prophet Samuel says to Saul, at that time he wasn't king, but he was anointed to be king, or he was about to be anointed to be king. And Samuel says to him, do what your hand finds you to do, for God is with you. So I want to read to you that poem, the poem Footprints, today, just because it meant so much. And it goes into this very well, that thinking of what it would be like if the Lord wasn't with us. And that poem says, one night I dreamed a dream as I was walking along the beach with my Lord. Across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene I noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one to my Lord. After the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand. I noticed that at many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of footprints. This really troubled me, so I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you had said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was the only one set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you most, you would leave me. And He whispered to me, my precious child, I love you and I will never leave you, never, ever during your trials and testings. When you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. I encourage you today, remember what the Lord has done. Look back into your life, especially into those times when you were in turmoil or despair, and look into how did the Lord help you. And then think, where would I be today if it was not for the Lord? God bless you this week. We'll see you again on Monday when we will continue with these Psalms of Ascent.